AI has evolved from academic research to become one of the biggest drivers of technological change, creating new opportunities for growth and improved services across all industries as big tech companies scramble to secure AI projects. However, let me tell you first about the upcoming AI Claude, the latest AI assistant from Anthropic co-founded by ex-employees of OpenAI. Anthropic has been quietly testing Claude, a cutting-edge AI assistant similar to Chat Gpt. We had recently done a video on Chat Gpt, which is a large language model chatbot developed by OpenAI. Claude excels in answering trivia questions, particularly in the areas of entertainment, geography, history, and basic algebra, even without the additional information that Chat Gpt sometimes includes. Claude is able to admit when it does not know the answer to a question, which Chat Gpt cannot do. Claude is less proficient in programming and clear explanations of code, but struggles with languages other than Python. How is Claude different from Chat GPT? Anthropic, the company behind the new AI assistant, has been working hard to develop an AI that can rival the likes of OpenAI's Chat GPT. Recently, Claude has been hailed for its comprehensive understanding of its identity, who created it, and the ethical principles guiding its design. This unique feature sets Claude apart from other AI assistants, and we will examine how this knowledge helps it answer complex questions about itself and comprehend the extent of its abilities. Both Claude and ChatGPT use reinforcement learning to train a model that prefers specific outputs. These preferred outputs are then used for further fine-tuning. However, the method they use to create these preference models is different. Anthropic uses a method called constitutional AI, where the model chooses the best answers based on a set of underlying principles referred to as its constitution. The only human intervention in the reinforcement learning process occurs during the creation of this constitution. Claude's strengths and weaknesses have already been tested by various people. An economics professor at George Mason University wrote that Claude passed a recent blind graded test. Claude was tasked with writing and improving upon the laws and economics of intellectual property. According to the professor, Claude's answers were superior to many of the responses received from actual humans. Additionally, a PhD student at Stanford's AI lab found that Claude is more compliant to the prompts given, but is less concise and tends to explain itself and ask how it can further assist. However, Claude is able to answer more trivia questions correctly and understand and adhere to its own ethical principles. Anthropic plans to continue developing Claude and expects to release a public version of the AI assistant soon. They are currently working on improving its abilities and resolving its weaknesses. This opens up new possibilities for AI in various industries, such as healthcare, finance, and education, where ethical and moral operation is of utmost importance. Now to the story within the story, Alphabet Inc.'s Google has invested almost $400 million in artificial intelligence startup Anthropic, which is testing Claude, a rival to OpenAI's Chat GPT. This might be a rush move due to Microsoft alliance with OpenAI. Google and Anthropic declined to comment on the investment, but separately announced a partnership in which Anthropic will use Google's cloud computing services. The deal marks the latest alliance between a tech giant and an AI startup as the field of generative AI technology that can generate text and art in seconds heats up. The deal gives Google a stake in Anthropic, but doesn't require the startup to spend the funds buying cloud services from Google, said the person who asked not to be identified because the terms were confidential. Thomas Kurian, Chief Executive Officer of Google Cloud, said in a statement, "Google Cloud is providing open infrastructure for the next generation of AI startups, and our partnership with Anthropic is a great example of how we're helping users and businesses tap into the power of reliable and responsible AI." Daniela and Dario Amodei, former leaders of OpenAI Inc., founded Anthropic in 2021. The Google-Anthropic partnership follows a high-profile $10 billion investment by Microsoft Corp. in OpenAI, which built on the $1 billion the software giant had poured into the AI startup in 2019, plus another round in 2021. With such alliances, who wins the scramble, Microsoft or Google? What's your take? Comment. We bring you more of tech and butter.